Hey everyone, and welcome back to Tales from the Table Studios. We're here with another exciting game from our month of Tales. We've got a whole bunch of cool stuff that we've done. We've got a whole bunch of cool stuff coming, but we've got something really, really exciting right now. For those of you who are in similar time zones to myself, good morning, and for the rest of you, happy um probably Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. It's fine. That's what happens when we don't know how time works. But we're here for a great cause. So thank you for being here. I'm really excited. I'm going to turn things over in just a moment. Just wanted to get all of the basic stuff out of the way first. If you enjoy what we do here, respectfully, we ask that throughout this month, don't hit that sub button. Don't give us bits. Don't go donate on our Ko-Fi. Any amount of money that you're looking to spend should go directly to the Month of Tales charity fund that we're running. You'll be able to type exclamation point donate into the chat at any point. It'll bring up a link. Go to that link, make a donation, go there. When I disappear, you'll see a bar pop up above me. That's going to be running for all of our games, and that'll keep track of how much money we have raised. Our ultimate goal is raising $3,000 because if we can do that, it allows Project Hope to put a doctor on the ground in Gaza, and boy, is that something that needs to happen. So, do what you can. If you can't donate, that's cool too. Remember that you can hang out in chat, you can keep things going, you can boost everything we put out, let other people know, because the more eyes we get on this, the more help we can get to the people who need it. Man, do they need it. Because genocide is bullshit. I have no qualms about making that as clear as I possibly can. Second, third, whatever it is, any amount of money that you donate on top of doing all of the amazing things that it'll do for the people who need it will also get you entered in to win a whole bunch of awesome prizes. We've got a bunch of different art commissions that we've got. We've got a homemade dice bag knit by Amber the Space Jammer. We've got a $70 value Steam game gift card thing. I apologize. It's early for me. We've got cups and dice and a large beholder mini that's hand painted. We're giving away a whole bunch of things, a couple of different like 5e modules and other indie games. We've got a lot. It's a lot. You'll be able to find all of that over on our socials, on our Discord. We should have that updated by the end of today, just with a list of everyone and everything that we're going to be giving away. But it's a lot of cool stuff. With that said, I think I have taken up way more of everyone's time than I should. I want to get to stuff, so I'm going to pass things over to our amazing cast and crew. Hope everyone enjoys this wonderful game. See you later. Y'all are good to go.
No.
Uh, Hi. Hello. Welcome to Inevitable. We're, this is a really cool system that I had the privilege of playing a couple of times, and I've run it a couple of times as well. So really excited to share this with everyone here, especially for charity, because yeah, I don't need to explain why charity is important. But, yeah. Okay. Let me just introduce myself really quick. My name is Steve, aka Sassy Pants. I am the self-proclaimed best faceless and pantsless streamer from India. I play games on Twitch. I run games on stream, and very vocal about representation and equality for people in the TTRPG scene. That's basically me. Yeah. I think we should introduce our players really quick. If I think that's the vibe. Yes. Alphabetically, I think that'll work best. So yeah, Ambrose.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Ambrose. I go by she, they pronouns. I am the creative director and founder of Other Side of Studios, which is a channel that focuses on horror, investigative horror, and all the like. The keeper for the Arcane Core series there. So if you ever have the time, please check that out on our YouTube or our Twitch. I am also award-winning TTRPG performer. And yeah, horror is my jam, but a little bit of horror, a little bit of uh, cowboy goodness. So let's get down with that. And passing it off to Jellyfishlines, I think, alphabetically speaking. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jellyfishlines, and I am just a little guy, and I am playing just the saddest cowboy today. I am a horror aficionado, and I deeply enjoy tabletop RPGs that are RP focused, and honestly, just make me sad. I love being sad in tabletop games, and I started module writing. That's fun.
I believe I'm next, if I recall the alphabet correctly. I am CJ. You can
Failed.
find
It's
me.
I failed entirely. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I you can find me as Cloud, Klaoed. So the K works. I am the co-founder of the Hexagon TTRPG, which is a group of 6 Canadian GMs who create stories in the same what we've dubbed the Hexagon multiverse. I am the GM who makes his players roll at least 2d6 per game, as I am a lover of 2d6 systems. I will be playing another sad Western character, Ankarad the Weeper, and I'm very excited to get into it.
That means it's me then. Hey everyone, I'm Tal. You can find me across the social medias under the Gamer's Rest. I am a freelance designer of tabletop role-playing things, so things like 5e, Monster of the Week, some of my own stuff as well. And you can check out my Ko-fi. I've got some stuff going on there. And I play video games badly on my YouTube channel, as in very badly. And I am going to be playing an old man. And that's me.
Okay, perfect. Quick rundown of the system. I know the players. I've already talked about it with the players, but just to let people know, Inevitable is the game of. It's basically an Arthurian Western with but you play cowboys with magic. The whole vibe of the game and the system is very doom and gloom. It's about facing consequences and dealing with adversarial issues and trying to find a way to survive, but not really win, because at the end your defeat is inevitable. That's the vibe for. Okay, slight spoilers for the ending, but that's the vibe of the system. So it basically has all the features of a fantasy kingdom, but it also has Western aesthetics. So like you have guns, you have magic stuff happening, all those things combined together. Yeah, it's a very simple D6 system. You build a dice pool based on certain requirements, and you add and subtract dice from your rolls depending on depending on the current situation that you're in. There is one small change that I kind of misspoke to the players last time that we played. You do get, there's this thing called showdown tokens that you receive to help you, to aid you in your conquest or in your quest. And you receive showdown tokens when you succeed in a challenge, not when you fail. And I may have misspoke last time when we talked about this during session 0. So that's on me. But I wanted to make sure that I corrected myself before we started. Yeah, and it's a very simple, like I said, D6 system. You roll a 1 to 3, you fail. 4 and 5 is a mixed success, and a 6 is a complete success. I think that's it for the system. It's very simple, very easy to pick up, and it's also a lot of fun, especially if you like the whole, grim, dirty vibe for it. Yeah. Okay. So we've got. I think that's the gist of it. So I think we're ready to go. Is everybody good? We've got our snacks. We've got water and everything already. Perfect. All right. So you start your journey along a barren highway on your horses on the way to one of the border forts in the Crown Lands. A few days ago, all of you, being the knights of the King of Myth, were summoned to the king's chambers to talk about a very serious situation developing at the forts. Over the last few months or so, there have been several attacks on the border forts by this new evil-ish entity called the Cannibal Saint, who has made it his mission to take over the city of Myths and become the supreme ruler of the lands. You have been doing your best to quell the tide, but it has been extremely difficult to get to a point where there is some respite from the relentless attacks. You'd basically just gotten back from this long mission when you get summoned to the King's Chambers again, this time with some very hard news. One of the forts that was basically one of the last lines of defense for the channel has fallen, been overtaken by the forces of the Cannibal Saint. And you have been requested to quickly get to the next fort in line to try to help in any way that you can. The person who's in charge of these forts is very young. They do not know what they're doing. And rightfully so, as someone who is very new at the job, has requested help from someone from the people who are better at this than they are. So on your approach to this giant fort that you're headed to, you've been traveling for a couple of days. It is currently the middle of the day. Sun is high up above you, and you're about, at this point, you can see the pointy tops of the fort. As you approach, you see the flag of the King of Myths, and as you begin to approach, you can see far off, especially Midnight Sally, far off into the horizon. You see a glint of what you can tell is a sniper scope, especially with your expertise with a rifle. For a second, all of you tense up, but then you realize that this is coming from the fort, and you hear loud trumpets which start to signal your arrival into the fort. You have a few minutes here to talk amongst yourself, figure out a game plan as you start to approach the fort.
Always got to be so noisy, don't they?
It's the sound of incoming death. That's all it is.
That's a cheery way to start an end.
Could we not start with the doom and gloom when we first arrived, please?
I'm sure there'll be plenty of that to go around later on.
Exactly. So in the meantime, can we enjoy the high noon beating down sun and the fact that like I didn't have to use this, points to her rifle. I don't like seeing sniper scope on me now.
Enjoy the sun. I'll leave that to you. I'm gonna cover my eyes from the sun.
I'm just pulling my hat down. How's
So,
everybody feeling about this? I feel like we're not walking into anything we know.
well, we've taken on pretty bad things before.
That's true.
So, if with y'all, I think we can handle it. But if we can't, then I mean, we did our best. We go down in a blaze of glory. That's how it works, right?
Absolutely.
We're already
I thought
legends.
I thought we weren't doing the doom and gloom until we at least got there.
Oh, so throw it right back in my face, Ulysses. I see how it is.
Well, I guess the one thing in our favor is at least the kid decided to bring us in. That's we're gonna have to deal with some asshole general who thinks he knows better than us. At least we can get things our way when we get there.
That is true. See, look, y'all can be positive. That's good. That's a great start instead of looking down at the sands underneath our horses' feet.
I'm positive this is all gonna go to hell. How's that for you?
Wonderful.
Trumpets always have a beginning and end.
See, you're catching on. That's exactly what it's like.
Do weep for the
While this
Lord.
conversation is happening, you start to approach at the fort. You see two soldiers holding giant spears standing at guard at the entrance. They see you come up, and immediately the spears uh, go into diagonals, creating like an X shape in front of them, trying to basically like a defensive position. State your name and business. State yells out one of the soldiers as they see you come closer.
Don't even know to hold a spear properly. Gee.
Called to help. That's why we're here.
Oh, oh, right. That's what the trumpets were for. Of course, yeah. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and they remove the.
Literally lifts her hands.
That's all it takes. Just someone saying they're here to help and you let him in.
Look, if you spend more than 5 minutes here, you will know that we are kind of fucked here. So we need all the help that we can get. So it's
Gotcha. All right.
even if you're working for the Cannibal Saint at this point, we welcome it because this has been rough. And they, they move the spears to the side and let you pass through.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, and the two soldiers they look up here to you on your horses, and you can see that these are very young kids, barely in their 20s, who have not seen a lot of combat and have just been sent here because they were drafted for the war, and it's been rough. Like one of them, sort of masculine looking, barely any facial hair. Like he's not old enough for the facial hair to have grown in so far. So like they're both very young. They both seem very shaken, and one of them is sort of like this. The spear is shaking when your aura basically enters their space. uh, from one of the viewing booths, sort of in the fort, you see another soldier quickly run out and guides you to the stables where you can rest your horses before you continue up to the top of the fort. Here works. We've got Sir Halston is up waiting for you. I believe we did hear mention of some brave souls coming to help, and at this point we need all of that. Things are really rough here, and I'm glad that he sent for help because I don't think any of us know what we're doing at this point. And since you seem to have fought the undead before, it just makes sense to have more experienced folk doing this for us.
I see.
As you, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Word of advice. What's your name? Young man.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. What a name, Jeremy. Word of advice. There is no harm in running if things get too much. And as soon as you feel that way, there's no harm in turning tail. You hear me?
Yes, believe me, we've all considered it. But if we run now, the forces will just follow us back to myths, and we've all got family to protect. So even if we don't know what we're doing, we still have to try.
I know. And I like pat him on the shoulder as I walk ahead as well.
You got like an
Um,
handkerchief and just like dab away.
No.
At that, you see Moonlark like take off his hat and cover his face, and like you still can't see like the top half because it's constantly in shadow. But he's taking it off just to like, poor soul, because he doesn't want to like see anybody like say that about this poor kid.
So damn young.
Damn.
Are they just hiring kids now?
That's all that's left.
Yeah, it's only the idiots that get to survive to our age. Must be doing something right.
I don't know, being good at what we do. That doesn't factor into anything. No.
Sometimes you
Hell
trip and
no.
fall into greatness.
As you continue your conversation, you put your horses down at the stable and begin to follow follow Jeremy up this winding staircase. It's built into the center of the fort, and it goes it's like a spiral staircase. And out through the windows in the spiral, you can see these large cannon like things. They're pretty large, they're like about 100 feet tall and probably about 20 to 30 feet wide, if not more. And you can't really see down into them while you're climbing up, but as you get to the top, you see that these cannons are about a third of the height of the entire fort. And you can see what looks like flammable black powder in the bottom of it. They look about 20% full, not too much. And you remember, based on rumors, that this is the mages in the past few years have figured out a way to use the undead as a source of cannon fodder, quite literally. And this is what they use when there's a horde that comes to attack or anything else that pops up along the way. But you can also tell that these look about like I said, 20% full. So it seems like supplies seem to be dwindling, and they're running out of resources to keep fueling their cannons. As you get to the top, Jeremy rushes forward in front of you and steps through the door, announcing your arrival, presenting the Moonlark, Midnight Sally, Anger at the Weeper, and Ulysses St. James. And the minute that Jeremy starts talking, you see this young man, again, still, he would probably be mid-20s at this point, quickly gets up, picks up a helmet that's on the table in front of it, puts it on, and rushes up to you with his basically crossing his fist across his chest and putting it on his heart as a way of a salute. Thank you so much for the help. We were worried that you might have gotten lost along the way, or something worse might have happened, or you did not receive our letters because things have been really, really shaky here. But hi, welcome. My name is Sir Halston. I don't know where the sir came because I'm the it's a whole thing. But yeah, I'm the commander of this fort now because Lady Catherine is not around anymore, and it's a whole thing. Do you want to get some rest before we get started, or do you want to jump into the situation immediately?
Give us the
Son.
rundown before we rest, if you please.
Yeah. Rest
Okay.
is for the dead.
Okay, perfect. And he pulls out a map immediately and spreads it across the table in front of you. You can see there's a bunch of markings on it and everything, and there's a big red X across this fort called the Creeks. So the map basically is there's a bunch of mountains with a center around it called the border forts, and there's another circle of forts on the outside of it, one of which is called the Creek. And he points to the creek and says, so that's where we were a couple of weeks ago. Pretty fortified, seemed like we were doing well, till we were attacked by the giant. He's second in command to the Cannibal Saint, Gormand the half giant. He challenged Sir Catherine to a duel, and she unfortunately did not make it. When she fell, most of the armies that we had there scattered. I wasn't there. I was here, and when I heard of it, and from all the reports that we have, the fort has been overtaken by the Cannibal Saints forces, and they are on their way to march here any day now. So that's the situation that we're in right now. We're currently dealing with a lot of different things that we could use your expertise and help with. So as far as my scouts and everything that we have in place, what we've been told so far is after defeating Sir Catherine, Gormand has left the creek and he's gone off somewhere in the middle of the far waste. The far waste is the entire deserted area that exists outside of Myth. He's gone off somewhere in the far wastes to prepare a feast. And the scouts that we sent after him came back extremely disgusted and horrified with what that feast entails. And he just pauses for a minute, and you can see that there is shock and horror on his face, that he can't even bring up the words to describe what this feast is.
Give him a gentle.
Let's just say,
keep going.
yeah. Let's just say that there is a reason why the Cannibal Saint has the name that he has. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So we don't have enough men, enough resources for all the things that we need to do right now. But here's the lay of the land for you. We couldn't go after the giant, take revenge for killing Sir Catherine, and stop him from his feast, and also put a big dent in the Cannibal Saint's army. Or we can go back after the creek, the fort, and try to reclaim it. There's also a couple of other options that we've been exploring, which he turns to look at his generals, who shake their head as if they're not on board with this. These guys don't agree, but there are two allies for the Cannibal Saint in this region. One of them is the leader of the vultures, the Great Mourner, Ogvard. He commands the vultures. They are basically, so they serve as spies for the Cannibal Saint. Sir Catherine and I had a conversation about potentially reaching out to him and seeing if he would be willing to ally with us instead, in exchange for food and resources for his vultures and everything else. We never got around to it because we were attacked. And part of me feels like we were attacked because we were trying to reach out to the Cannibal Saints allies. The other option that we also have is to ally with the Muzzled. The Muzzled is a wizard who designs and creates the weapons for the Cannibal Saints army. If we could get them on our side, it would cause a huge blow to the Cannibal Saints' resources, and we would get an ally who would design weapons for us instead. These are a few options that we've been exploring to try to figure out what to do next.
Are these willing allies?
It's more of an allyship of convenience, where the Cannibal Saint gives them resources and food, so they ally with him. The Muzzled, however, the wizard, he does have issues where he will shoot at whoever comes across his path or steps foot on his land. Doesn't matter whose flags they're waving. So it's more of a yeah.
Issues with everyone.
Sally, you ever shot giant through the head with that gun of yours?
It would be a first. I wouldn't mind trying. And if they're in the middle of a feast or setting up one, it's a good way to get started. Catch them off guard a little bit rather than having them ready for battle is one. And I would say that, like, going against the spy network or at least messing with information is a good way too. I'm not sure if I'm down for the going after someone that's quick to shoot rather than ask questions first. But decent weapons. Now that's good. What is everyone else's thoughts on that?
I mean, if we can't convince him, we could perhaps at least take some of his weapons and then go after the big one.
Assuming he has a cache of weapons versus if he makes them to order.
Best case scenario, he comes on board. Worst case scenario, we kill him and he doesn't make any more weapons for anyone.
That's
I'm good with that.
Thinking logistics. If we have to do anything, Sally's right. They'll be off guard at the feast. They'll be celebrating. They'll probably be drunk. And if he's out of the picture, we could take the fort, talk to the allies.
Yeah. Also, as DM, just some information on top of this to make decision making easier as well. The giant is somewhere in the middle of the waste, so you don't know where exactly he is. So this is going to be like a track him down kind of quest sort of thing. The creek, on the other hand, is you know where the fort is. You know it's been fortified by the undead, so it's going to be more of a shoot your way through kind of thing, right? Dealing with the vultures is going to be more of a diplomacy thing. You know, talk to them, convince them you're on their side, or that vibe. And the muzzle is going to be more of a diplomacy and maybe pew pew shoot shoot if it goes to that. So those are like different options that
Probably know
so those are the different options basically.
give ourselves a home turf advantage. They've only been there who knows how long, but we've had that fort for years.
That's true.
We ain't got the people to hold it.
That's also true.
We can take it
Looks
back
like
and then lose it the next day.
It looks like we might be doing some talking.
Oh, good. I love talking to people.
Okay. I know sarcasm, but
I don't want to talk to them either as best I can, but I don't think we have an option.
yeah, I don't think we do.
So
So try to be a bit more cheery, if you don't mind, Ulysses. If not cheery, at least amenable. Is that the word that I'm looking for?
For you, Mr. Sally, absolutely. I will do my very best because you asked me so nicely.
I don't like that you just talk with sarcasm on a regular basis. I can't tell if you're actually trying or if this is just another layer of sarcasm. But okay, at least if you actually try, that's all that really matters to me. So where are we to first then? Or are we going to rest for a little bit and then head out?
As you finish talking, Sally, all of you hear the trumpets go off again. This time it's a very different sound from what you heard when you were arriving. And with the trumpets, you also hear a drum beat. Halston gets up immediately and he looks around. You can see the fear on his face. He's like, oh no, there's a horde coming. That's the sound for the horde. There's oh no, oh shit, I was afraid this was going to be a thing, but I didn't think they would attack so quickly. We just fended off an attack like 3 days ago. Okay, All right. So, man the stations. Is that what they say? Yeah. Yeah. Uh, can you help? And he turns to the rest of you. I'm not sure if we picked. This is DM speaking. I'm not sure if we decided who's going to be the leader, de facto leader, or something. But like, it's the four of you. So he's just going to turn to whoever's closest, and yeah, it's on you now. You're here. You're in charge. I'm just here to follow orders. I'm not taking responsibility for this. No.
Oh, I love how refreshing people's honesty are today. I'll be high. Would anyone else like to go high with me? Everyone go low.
Well,
Are there ramparts?
I
Oh yeah.
will,
So you currently are at the like almost at the top of the fort. So about like I would say like 200-ish feet higher, and the fort is like it's built in levels. So around the part where you're in, there's like a whole circular portion of it, which is there's walls built up, and you can see from there. There's also a few levels, like about every 50-ish feet. There's a new level for the fort, which has different options. And now that you look around, you can see that there's ladders all around the fort, which makes it easier to go up and down from the inside. So yeah, so you could potentially go stay up. Some of you could go down. It's depending on how you want to play it. It's completely up to you.
well, I'm gonna go with Midnight Sally, and as always, I will be protecting your back.
Why, thank you. It means the world to me. I'm ranged shot, so I can get them from miles away if possible. Hopefully, we have some distance. How about y'all?
Whilst you're concentrating on that, I'll make sure no one kills you.
Thank you. How absolutely delightful. Moonlark, Weeper.
Moonlark looks like it's just me and you again.
Absolutely. Say, when you did cry when you met me, how bad was it?
When we met, I wasn't crying for you. I was crying for who was standing in front of us. But today, I cry for them. These boys, these girls, these children. They haven't even seen enough life to know what it's worth. Let's give them a fight.
Let's try to get it to them.
Okay, so I'll need a marching order, not really a marching order, but like a order of sorts. I'm assuming Sally and Ulysses, you're up top, and Angarad and Moonlock, you're going down.
Mhm.
Yep.
For purposes of combat and stuff, you all have been traveling together for a very long time. And since, we live in this magical-ish realm, um, taking liberties with that, you're all able to communicate with each other across long distances. There's no sending stores in this world, but like you can do it regardless. So you don't have to like actually be in earshot to communicate to make it easier. Otherwise, it's half of the session is just going to be running up and down, trying to talk to each other. Yeah, okay. So for downstairs, Angarad and Moonlark, do you want to stay inside and barricade the fort? Do you want to go out and face them head on? How do you want to do this?
I have an
I'd like
idea.
to- Oh, please.
Oh, what's your idea?
I was just gonna go out and face the music.
I got one. Let all the notes come and hit us first. Hide inside. They won't even suspect us behind the doors.
I like it.
Okay.
You could
Okay,
hide
it
behind
works.
armor.
What do you mean hide behind armor?
If there's any suits of armor that look, no,
Oh, like
just
that.
still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, a few soldiers also follow the two of you downstairs. They're ready to whatever orders you may want to give them to that. Up top, Sally, through your scope, through your rifle, you see this horde of about 50, 60 undead approaching. They are a little too far away for a shot right now, but they are getting closer, so you'll be able to hit them when they get closer. From this distance, at this point, you can tell, you can make out their shapes and forms, and they all look as what you've expected the undead to look so far. Decomposing in a way, withering, skin has like holes and stuff or whatever, without going into a too graphic description of them. That's what they look like. However, there seems something off about the way that they're moving. So far, the undead you fought have all been just aimlessly wandering around till they see you, and then they come after you when they do see you. These undead seem to be marching towards the fort with some sort of purpose, as if they know what they're doing and where they're going. And as you look at them through the scope, you can tell that a few of these people, I would say not people, but like few of these undead, about 3 or 4, maybe more, look like they are walking a little bit differently. Like all of them seem to be hunched over, seem to be muttering, growling, or making weird noises. But these ones, you can't really see their faces. It's like they're wearing a mask. It looks like a leather mask, but it doesn't look like the leather of any animal that you've seen before. And that's for all of the skin on them, all of the armor that they are wearing looks like leather, but it's not leather from an animal, not any animal you've seen anyway. And they seem to be walking almost in unison. The 3 or 4 of them and you can tell that they seem very different from the others. What exactly is different, you can't seem to pinpoint from this distance as of yet.
Well, that's reassuring.
See anything good out there?
Oh, probably just questionable leather armor that definitely doesn't look like animal. Then there's also just the focus of the undead here. I've never really seen that before. And some of them look more in unison than I'm used to. I'm not used to undead having focus in general, so this is already first.
Well, it's always something new in this kind of parts. Okay. Well, I guess once they get in range, I'll mark them up. You take them down, and let's see if we can't point these special new friends out to our colleagues downstairs.
Yes, hopefully. Hopefully we can get most of them before they even make it to the front gate in the first place. Thank you very much. Sarcasm aside.
Wait, was that sarcasm?
Oh, just the whole ride, the whole thing up until now. Thank you for being helpful now,
Got
but
it. Yeah.
you racked it all up, is what I'm saying.
Understood. I will. I'll do my best to. I'll just shut up. I think.
Be amenable, and then just goes back to focusing through the scope.
Hey, I think this is a good point for a challenge for Midnight Sally, I think.
Oh, sweet.
So the challenge here is not to shoot these folks, because you're very trained with your weapon. You know that you will shoot and you will hit. It's not a point of, and since there's no AC or anything in this game, you don't really need to roll to hit or whatever. You will shoot and you will hit. The challenge is to be able to hit these weird, strange things in the crowd, because that is currently your target, and you don't know what it will do, but it seems like these things are sort of different, whether they are mutated versions of the undead or they're something else entirely. You have no idea, but it seems like the smart play would be to take them out. So the challenge is to aim and shoot at them and not take out the undead. Or like even if you do take out the undead, the goal is to take them out, these undead out first.
Okay.
So yeah, based on the rules for this, you start with 1d6. Are you going to be invoking a reputation to help you in this sniping?
I would say determined might work. In terms of like, there's a determination to make sure I line up the shot among the other undead, and also see what happens upon hitting, because I will, like you said, will hit my mark, but if it will do anything at all, if there's some difference between among the crowd that they're the horde that they're a part of. So I would, if determined works, that seems like it might be the best. And
Yeah.
then I will be using equipment too, I believe. Let's see. 1 second. I will be using the eclipse as well for my shot. So would that be 3?
Yep.
All right.
So that gives you 3. Are you planning on putting yourself at risk to get these shots right?
I think so. Yeah. Like the best way to put it is, if I'm assuming that if I take the shot, my position will be known, obviously. Depending on how sharp they are. So I would say, yeah, I would be putting myself at risk.
So that does make sense, but I think from the game perspective, they already know that there are people at the fort, and they don't really have weapons that will go that high.
Okay.
So even if they do know you're up there, I don't know if that
You don't know if they can do
qualifies
anything
as
immediately about it.
yeah.
Okay. Then no.
Yeah.
That's all good then.
Okay. And you have Ulysses with you, so you're not away from your group, and the task is not unusually dangerous because you've done this hundreds of times. So you have 3d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 second.
Is there anything I can do to assist this in any way?
Mechanically, no, but for flavor, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, for flavor, then what I'd like to do is just kind of see if I can just mark out where these people are for her as she's kind of staring down the scope.
Yeah, you can be the spotter. Yeah, that works.
All right.
So your being there already negates the negative 1d6. So that's the yeah.
Right, and I'm taking the highest roll, right? So that is a 4 for me out of the 3.
Okay, that's a 4 is not bad. 4 is a mixed success, so you do succeed in your thing, but you suffer a consequence. So Angarad and Moonlark, as you're down here waiting for the horde to get closer, you hear 4 shots ring out in a span of seconds, and you watch as the 4 of these undead just collapse almost immediately. They fall to the ground, and
I forgot a thing. Sorry. I
yeah.
apologize. For flavor as well. As the shots are being lined up, Ulysses will see this and is used to this by now. There is this weird whispering sound that comes out of Moonlark's mouth. And it doesn't sound like a normal whisper, it sounds like multiple voices at once, and one lines up for each shot. A whisper seems to be sucked out of her mouth into the gun with each shot. So 4 distinct different whispers.
That is
It's
so cool.
used as ammunition, it seems like. So yes, there's the rumor.
I love it. Yeah. So 4 of these undead, not undead things drop almost immediately, and you feel a slight recoil in your weapon, and it feels like the quickness at which you have sniped these 4 even though you've done it 100 or so times, I think you think maybe it's because of that. It knocks your scope loose a little bit. So you will need about a couple of hours at least to sit with the weapon and rejigger the scope. So for purposes of today, your scope is a little like you can't use the scope to aim as well as you could have before. That's the consequence, basically. So you hit these 4 shots, and you notice that when these 4 fall to the ground, all of you can see this. The undead horde kind of, it's almost as if a spell has been lifted off of them, and they look around and they start wandering into different directions. And then as they start to wander away, you see that there is one more of these different undead in the middle, who also part of the consequences is one of them that you missed. Is he kind of they raise their hands and bring them down, and you see them through your scope. You can see that they're muttering something under their breath, but you can't tell because it's too far away. And for a second, the eyes of the undead around them glaze over, and they come back together to go towards the horde. Sorry, go towards the fort. But it feels like this number of undead is too many for one person to handle, and some of them start to break away. So there's significantly less number of horde. Maybe there's about 10, 12 left who are still marching towards the fort. But it does feel like something is different. Also, as the horde dissipates and comes back together, you see on the ground where these 4 people are down, you see what clearly looks like blood on the floor, on the desert sand, which is very strange because undead famously do not bleed because they are undead. And I think here is when, so the rest of these forces, 10, 12 of these are still coming towards the fort. They are a lot closer, and so now I think it's either Moonlark or Angerad, one of you. It's a challenge for you to take down the remaining horde. So what we're going to do is, Sally, since your weapon is a little bit out of order, you're using your skills to take down the undead who has scattered. So you're distracted by them, and it goes to the people on the ground to take out the few who are left. Yeah.
I'm just going to say, it doesn't matter how many times I see that, it's always an impressive sight.
Thank you. And, like, cocks it and lines up the next few shots, even though, like,
Without
having
looking.
an issue.
Weeper?
Yes.
Keep these kids safe. I'm going to head to the door. And I'm going to try and line up a shot.
Okay, so you're shooting through the door, or are you going out the fort? What is the plan?
I am at like the doorway. I'm not going out, but I am like I'm near the group, but I'm not with anybody.
Okay, I understand. So you're still inside the fort and you're shooting through the barricades, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
If I get that correct, right? Okay.
Yes.
And yeah, that works. And with your Monarch has you have a hand cannon, so that's fine. You're free to take aim. This is going to be a relatively easier challenge because Sally has done a lot of the heavy lifting, and the 4 of the 5 big bads, whatever, are down. So before we do this challenge, I'm going to assume that communication has happened between you but if you'd like to role play it, there's time for that as well. Like, feel free to do it either way. Okay.
Nice shot, Sally.
Uh, thanks. It seems like they're out there. There might be some form of magic happening. Someone's getting the horde together and having a hard time uh, keep them in line. Magic users, and I'm kind of also concerned they're bleeding the
That's
undead.
odd.
Very.
That is
So be careful. I don't know what that means.
goddamn abominations. All right, I mean, you got that hand cannon. The least I could do is provide some support.
Well, the good news is there's only one of those weirdos in the mask out there. You take that one down, I think we're going to be able to go home and put our feet up for the afternoon.
Thank you. Hopefully. All
Uh,
right.
Okay, so Sally, no wait, not Sally, Moonlark. Your challenge is twofold. One, to identify which one of these is the different one, but also two, this depends on what the plan is. What do you want to do once you identify them?
I plan on shooting them because I am trying to get them to not do the thing. And
True.
I am shooting them with a hope to maim to get information.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify. Okay, good. So here's what we're gonna do. Your challenge, if you roll a 6, you will identify and shoot them to maim. If you roll a 4 or a 5, you will identify them, but you will get a headshot. That'll be the consequence.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's build your dice pool. You
One start.
Yep. Are you using a reputation?
I'm using. Oh dear Lord! I think 3 would apply, or at least 2, because perceptive is 1. So I'm going to try and use that to help identify him. The first reputation I have is sagacious, which is just being very shrewd and very meticulous in planning. Helpful equipment, I have Comet. Am I putting myself at risk?
You could step on the
You're
other
shooting from
side of
inside the barricade. Yeah. Like CJ said, if you step out, then yes. If you're inside, no.
Okay, cool. Then I'm inside the barricade. Would that just be +3 dice to my dice pool then?
It would be +2 because you can only invoke one
+2.
reputation at a time.
Okay, thank you. I cannot count.
Yeah, so you roll a 3d6 basically.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Let's go. That's the first 6 of the game as well, right? Let's go. All right, you gain 1 showdown token as well, which will factor into play later. But yeah, perfect. Okay, so Moonlark, you've done this hundreds of times. You don't even need to blink or even breathe to figure out where this dude is. Also based on Sally's description, which is also helping you because they've taken down 4 of these targets. So you, without even looking, you're like, all right, I got this. And where would you like to shoot to maim?
I am going to shoot just right about like near the shoulder, just to like keep him from being able to do as much magic as he's able to do.
Okay, perfect. You shoot exactly center mass where you intended to, above like on the shoulder. This person falls to the ground and they start screaming. They start like actual screaming, like in from pain and swearing curses at whoever may listen. Immediately, like last time, you notice this wave of, you can't tell what it is, but this wave basically falls over the entire undead. They falter and they turn to go to attack the one person in the middle who's supposedly who was the different one from all of you. But because of your quick thinking, because of the fact that you've all been prepared for this, your forces step out. They take out the staggering undead, and the one who was shot is dragged inside to be taken in for questioning. In the meantime, Sally has made quick work of all the weird other undead stragglers who were just wandering around aimlessly. Some of them making their way to the fort, the others just doing what undead do, which is nothing at all. Yeah, so you have succeeded in your initial challenge. Angerad, you and your soldiers take, like I said, you make a good quick work of the remaining straggling undead who were close to the fort. And yeah, now you have a wounded person who looks like an undead but isn't really, because they seem to be bleeding and swearing and genuinely look upset.
Weeper, would you like to do the honors?
St. James, you feel like talking today?
Oh, I would be more than happy to talk to this young fella.
I'll get to work on preparing him for the Lady of the Slain. And I start like just putting like dry flowers like in his clothes and stuff as this is happening, marking him for his soul to be taken.
So as you do that, as you reach forward to touch this person's clothes, they seem to be held together literally by pieces of thread. These are not clothes. This is leather, again, which does not look like it's come from an animal. And it looks like every piece is from a different source, like the shoulder, the arm, the hand, the gloves, the chest piece, the back. Every piece looks from slightly different coloration, different hues, and it looks extremely unsettling. We're going to go with that. They refuse to acknowledge anything that you're doing, and while you're doing this, since you said that you were going to go in and put stuff in their clothes, you see a small book fall out from wherever, somewhere in their pocket, which pocket not really, but like in the weird skin stuff. The book itself is also made from leather, a similar kind of leather. Each page is also made from very thin. It doesn't look like paper. It looks like something thin that they wrote on. And you can't really read what it says. It's in a language that you haven't seen. But the not the descriptions. There's a lot of drawing, like diagrams and figures, which kind of sort of makes you feel like it basically, especially you, Angrad, it runs a shiver down your spine, and you feel this sense of immediate hatred and disgust. You've always felt this sort of thing because of the undead and because of your relationship with the god, with the Lady of the Slain. Yes, it just slipped. My mind just blanked for a second there. Yeah, but your connection with her and your reverence for the dead, and there's a way that the dead are treated, and they're put in their place, and they're sent to wherever they go next. All of that, and what this person seems to be doing, it just, even though you don't understand it immediately, you feel it, and that feeling of disgust and anger, and just the thought of the desecration this person has been doing to the dead, it overwhelms you with this feeling of anger and disgust. I'll assume in the meantime that Sally and Ulysses have come down. You're wherever, like, this person's been taken to holding or something, and yeah, the floor is yours.
I immediately stop what I was doing and take these things back. Look at this thing. This ain't human. This is an abomination.
What is it?
I'm more human than you are. Who are you calling an abomination? And this this speaks clearly to you.
You, clearly.
Yeah,
Who
I
else are we
pull
talking
on like
about?
some of the threads that are holding him together.
Oh, okay. So I should have clarified the threads are more like clothes that they're wearing. They are not there. It's not them.
Okay.
I should have made they're wearing the leather as like an armor or as like a disguise. It's not who they are. So if you pull at it, it'll come off, and you will see that there's human skin underneath,
Okay.
like which is their skin. It's not. Yeah.
Oh, so is it
I should
like
have made that more clearer.
like
That's
they're
I don't know.
undead, but they're
Now it's
actually
clear.
not.
After
Kind
I
of
pull on.
situation. Yeah. Okay.
so it does start to come off, and it's like a disguise so that they can blend in with the undead. That's what it is.
Worse.
You sassing. Why? You're the one that got knocked on your ass and almost eaten alive out there. You really don't have any say at the moment.
I'm just one of many hundred. You kill me, there'll be 5 more to take my place tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
Not killing you.
So
He's not yet.
that is a
Not yet.
discussion that we are definitely going to have.
Mhm. Why? What happened? Did your ma didn't hold you enough? Papa hit you too much? You decided to join forces with cannibalistic people?
Well, one, it's none of your business, but also two, I do it because I can. It's a way to practice my art, and I'm very good at it.
Yeah, your ma didn't hold you enough. Okay, I see it. Like stands.
Ulysses is going to just scrape one of the blades of his staff, the blade that's very black and dark, across the floor, and just be like, now look here, you sack of crap. You are going to tell me everything you know. You're going to wish those guys out there took you down. And I will kind of go right up to him, and the tip of the blade just against his neck, and I'll just very intensely look at going, there's nothing I hate more than people abandon their humanity. You think you can just betray us all? You think you're going to get some everlasting life from this? You've given up on us. I'm telling you right now, this is your one and only chance of redemption. I hope I'm making myself clear to you. The blade is to kind of just drawing a tiny trickle of blood from his neck.
This person seems mostly unfazed by what you said, and even after you nick them and draw blood, they seem to almost welcome it. It's more like they just don't seem to care for what you have to say. Like I said, I do this because I'm good at it. I don't do this as a way to support this cause or that cause. It's fun. It gives me practice for when and then he stops for a second. It's none of your business.
When
No,
you
please,
what? No,
you-
no, no, no.
When
By
you
all
what?
means.
Yeah,
Tell
you
us, kid.
carry on.
Come on.
Come on, kid. It's all right.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, you don't seem to understand this. Raising the undead is just step one. This way, like this, for them, and he seems to be almost like proud of what he's talking about. Like it's an accomplishment. When I learned how to do this, when I was taught how to do this, the goal was simple: create an army for the cannibal saint. But that's so tiny, that's so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Like who cares about that, about who wins or who loses, or who has more bodies on their plate? Like it's irrelevant. The pure beauty of this is in the glory of bringing back the dead. Think about it. Your great grandparents who had this wealth of knowledge about the world and how things work, brought back sentient in the way that they used to be. That is the goal. That is the ultimate achievement. That is what we're working towards. That is what I'm working towards.
You want knowledge.
I'd like to position myself in front of the Weeper because I can just sense him moving
it.
behind me.
I
Slowly,
literally
like,
waited to
just-
say that.
just very, just like, okay, I know exactly what he's gonna do.
I just say you want knowledge out loud. You want something better for yourself and what's here. You want to know what things were like before.
Well, yes and no. It's not about the knowledge. It's more about knowing that I can do it, that I can pull it off, that I can reach into the realm of the gods, and I can bring back someone who they have taken from us.
But to what
Care.
purpose?
Think about it. You've probably lost family members and friends and loved ones. How would you feel to have them back in their pure form, the way that they were the minute they left, knowing that they can never die?
Listen, young one.
Can't
As much
exist.
as sorry, go ahead.
As he looks down at Comet just for half a second, just his eyes flick. We can't exist at the same time. Never can again. Sally, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Young one, they were meant to rest. They were meant to move on, drop the knowledge, live their lives, create family or not create family, leave stories or not leave stories, and move on. They don't want to be back. Not to this hellscape. Do you see what we have to do here, right now? This place is hell. And the next place is rest. How dare you do that?
Ulysses. Come on.
I know, man. I know, but not yet.
See, that one over there, the Weeper, tends to normally be a nice person. They look like they want to rip your head off.
They might not even give you the pleasure of a quick death.
Oh no. For what he's done.
It's fine. Even if you do kill me, I know I'll be brought back, and then I'll be free to continue my work. So
I mean, it's. I'll be honest with you. It's not that impressive.
It really
What?
isn't. It's just a high level of necromancy.
3 or 4 of you out there all bringing people back. I mean, that's just politics. You think you're special in some way? Kid, bringing back the dead. Oh, it's been done so many times. If you even had an ounce of talent or ability, you'd be thinking bigger than bringing back the undead. You'd be thinking, hey, what if I found a way to kill them all? But it's so small minded. And
It's been outdone, it's
honestly,
been overplayed.
you are pathetic.
The only thing that you got going for you right now is the fact that you aren't the only one. You got a posse behind you that can do it all together with you. Whole
I
bunch of
don't
people.
even. I would bet that he is the weakest one out of all of them. I bet all the rest carried him for that. I can guarantee they're all out there laughing behind his back because they're carrying his dumb ass.
Mhm.
You ain't nothing, kid. Oh, some kind of pretender.
Another check for not being held enough. I'm starting to see it. It's starting to line up for me.
You ain't got nothing we need.
Tell you what, kid. I got an idea that you might like. You think you can raise the dead? Keep them in line? I'll do you one better. Find a way to preserve what they have left. And not in their bodies, but what's in their minds, and let them go.
He just sits and thinks for a bit. Yeah, seems like too much work. I'm happy with what I do. And sure, you may not like it, but I do, and it's fun. And he can tell now at this point that Angarad is getting visibly frustrated with this, and he's purposely doing this to go to another reaction. Look, here's the deal. You've captured me. You've got me here. You've got my book. I'm sure you have people smart enough to decipher it eventually. But it doesn't matter. There are, like I said, there are so many of us who've been doing this for so long that it's almost second nature. I don't even know why I still have that book. Well, I mean, I have that book because I was trying to, go a step beyond what they have planned. But the Cannibal Saint is going to win. It's inevitable. It doesn't matter. And once he wins, once he takes over, think of it this way: all the people that he has, the name that he has because of the people that he has done what he has done to them, they're all inside him in a way. And that is an untapped resource that I get to use, whether I'm here or not. And at this point, it feels like he's just grasping at straws, finding ways to upset Angarite even more, because he knows your reputation, he knows who you are, and half of what he's saying may not even make sense to him. But as long as it pisses you off, it's whatever. It's worth it.
Kid, how old are you?
I don't know,
Be honest.
40 something last time I checked. It's been a while. We don't really do birthdays at the Cannibal Saints thing, lost track of days and times, and yeah.
Not held as a kid and didn't celebrate his birthday. There is a theme there.
Let me try something. And I lean towards I just I'll say it through a look. I won't actually say the words. Like, do you know what shadow magic does?
Wait, are you asking
Yeah, I'm
me
asking.
or
Yeah, I'm asking the kid or 40 something.
The 40-year-old kid.
The 40-year-old kid.
40-year-old child.
The 40-year-old child.
I mean, that's pretty damn close to what he's doing.
Yeah, like, to be fair. It's like, do you know what shadow magic
I've heard
is?
of it. I've heard of it.
What do you think it
Not
is?
really my expertise. I guess plays with the shadows. I don't know.
That's so cute. No. More than just playing with shadows. It saps and takes things away. And powerful enough, it can completely decompose a body and also decompose the soul until there's nothing left to bring back.
You wouldn't
So,
dare.
what? I didn't say anything.
Take away
But
something
I
you
mean, if I
have.
could just utilize it in a certain way, then maybe I could dismantle your soul bit by bit until there's nothing left to bring back. And what was the point of all this?
Sally, you
You
know how I
wouldn't. And he
feel
starts
about
pulling against his chains. Sorry, go ahead.
you know how I feel about that kind of magic.
I just look side profile, just wink at you to let you know I'm lying. Just full on lying.
And then I'll look at him, and in his case, I'll make an exception.
Oh,
He's just pulling at the chains, agitated, trying to yell for the guards. Get me out of here. I have information. You can't do this to me. This is
I'm
not how
trying-
my story will end.
Are
Get
you
over
sure?
the side of Ulysses and just punch him in the mouth.
Just trying to-
Are you sure? And the room gets just a little bit darker. Just a little bit. Why don't you just tell us now? Before I,
Come on.
let the consuming take place.
You don't have to do that. I can bring back whoever you want me to.
I don't care.
Whoever you've lost. I can see the pain in all of your faces, your eyes. You have all lost people. I can.
like this with the weak one. It's like, no.
I don't care.
I-
They're at rest. And you will never be. And I started just those shadows started creeping just a little bit further. If anything, I used their own shadow to move around.
You can see that he's struggling against his chains and almost seems to give up. It doesn't matter.
Uh,
I
can I move over? I'll try and be calm to not get St. James to get between. And I'm just gonna whisper the words of cold into his ear.
see he's terrified, visibly shaken. What do you want then? If you don't want me to bring back people, you don't want my information, then what do you want? Why am I still alive?
Give me the information.
What information? I already gave you what I have.
What is the cannibal saint planning? You wanted to do something more, right? But what is he planning?
What he's planning is child's play compared to what I had in mind. But it's the same old, evil big bad guy becomes bigger and badder, takes over the world, destroys everyone, and then someone else rises up to defeat him, and so on and so forth. It's the same old sad story. He's gonna march on myth. He's gonna take you all down. He's gonna turn you all into his victims, and then he's gonna live up true to his name and be the true cannibal saint. And then when there's no dead bodies left to cannibalize, he probably dies, and then that's the end of it. That's how the world ends. So he just shrugs, and he seems very bored by it, almost like he's heard the speech 100 times, and he's just, yeah, that's it. He's not very smart. He's just hungry.
You're a smart kid, though, aren't you? I mean, I'm guessing that you've already been thinking about a way to stop that from happening so that you can carry on doing your experiments, haven't you? You probably even discovered a weakness for the old cannibal saint, I guess. That's the kind of smart guy you are. Am I right?
Maybe. And you see, he puffs up his chest a little bit when you call him smart. You can tell that this dude lives off of pure ego and raising the undead. That's the two things he knows.
Come on, kid.
He doesn't really have a weakness per se, but if you can cut off his supply, then the cannibal saint is cannibal no more. And if he can't feed, he will just wither away. That's all that's left of him. He's a husk of his former self. It's not pretty.
I knew you were smart. So, if it was you, how would you cut off his supply? I mean, how would you find a way to stop him consuming?
I mean, the best way would be the way that I've been thinking of it is if you all just retreat, go back to myths, right? Let the forces ravage the lands. They will make their way to myth eventually, but by the time they get to myths, find some dead to transport back to him. It'll take too long, and he'll probably wither away before. But that's the best I can think of. But it's just it will mean sacrificing everything that's left. As he continues talking, you hear this voice in your heads, and you don't recognize this voice. It's something that you have never heard before. But the minute you hear it, you can tell it's the voice of the cannibal saint. I've been waiting for the four of you for so long. I've heard of the tales of the exploits of the Knights of Myth. And I am so glad I finally get to, well, not see, but experience you. And you can tell now in the last few hours as you've been interrogating this person and everything, the sky has gotten darker, it's nighttime, and As he continues talking, you realize the voice is not in your heads. It is coming through this person. It's like the cannibal saint is talking through him now. You spent too much time interrogating my minion, who is fairly useless, although his ideas of bringing back the undead with some level of sentience is not too bad. Could be a smart play, but it's too late now. Maybe sometime in the future. And this person, this person you've been interrogating, looks terrified. Like their eyes are wide and bloodshot, and you can see black tears streaming down their eyes now.
I mean, if you want the true experience, why don't you come down here and I'll shove my boots so far up your ass that I'm gonna kick your
Relax.
out for you.
Relax, Ulysses.
I mean, honestly, good luck trying to get our spurs out of your throat.
Come
You
on
can
down and
certainly
play
try.
with us. Why don't you cut all this rubbish with this Hearts of Undead and just come down and meet us, and we'll sit down, have a chat, and I'll introduce you to the Weeper. He would love to have a chat with you.
Yeah. Why don't you just come and show yourself? I know you've heard of me. I know how I feel about what you do. Come and face us.
I will give all of you a little bit of time to think about this. Currently, ever since the giant went rogue and attacked Creek without my authorization, I have an opening for a second in command. And I would like it to be one of you. Come join me. Come become the second in command to the Cannibal Saint. I will give you wealth. I'll give you riches. I will give you immeasurable power, more than any of your silly little weapons can give you. And maybe, and then the face turns to look directly at Moonlark, maybe even bring someone back without having to sacrifice yourself for them. You have till the end of tomorrow to make a decision. And as he finishes talking, you feel this presence kind of leave you. And the person in front of you is gone. Their head just hangs low, and there's no life left in them.
All they did is hail.
And I think that's where we'll take a break.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So good. Love this.
Damn.
Hello, hello. We are back with our 4 incredible players for more inevitable. Quick refresher on what's happened so far. You got to this fort. It was attacked. You successfully defended the fort, captured one of the people who were controlling the undead, or and who basically revealed that they were also raising them. Then there's a lot of them. I finally had to have a conversation with the cannibal saint, which happened out of nowhere, and he offered all of you a position by his side as a second in command. And you have till the end of tomorrow in game time to decide. I'd like to add a little bit that I missed at the end of it. Before he disappears, he mentions that the way that he will know for sure that you have decided to be by his side is if you take out the other 3 people in your crew and show up alone at the creek to be his second in command. Yeah, that's should have ended with that, but I got carried away.
No, brutal.
That's a hell of a
Action
job
if ever
interview,
done
isn't
by
it?
anybody, but brutal.
Now, if you could just kill your friends, the job's yours.
Just kill your friends.
Yeah, think about it though. You just
Take 'em
kill your
out.
friends, become his second in command, and then get one of these wizards to regen your friends. Easy. Yeah, and then you become the cannibal saints.
I
Yo, I'ma
hate
need
this
a
guy.
right-hand man. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Perfect. So, it is getting darker. It is already night. It is getting later in the night. The moon's out, and you are still standing around this now unalive wizard of sorts. There is still a lot to do. You still need to decide what you want to do next, whether that be take out your fellow teammates or figure out if you want to go on one of the quests that Sir Halston offered. But for now, the night is yours. If you want to rest, if you want to talk amongst yourselves, if you want to sleep, and in the morning you can make a decision on what you want to do.
Well, I don't know about you kids, but I'll take my sleep where I can get it.
I'll take my sleep, but first, and I turn to. I don't want to just call you Weeper, but I'm really bad at pronouncing your name too. So, Ankarard.
The Weeper. It's
That's
much
fine.
easier
Okay,
for
cool.
me.
Like on brand for Sally to be like Weeper. It's like, so are you okay, Weeper?
Listen, in his life, he was disgusting and despicable, but at the end of the day, a soul's a soul, and the lady waits. He's done what he can. All I can do is hope that he doesn't come back, and I'll let him face the lady himself for what he's done.
How does the lady feel when someone like that pulls from her, I guess?
I think she despises it. I think that's why I've been kept here for so long. Because there's just hordes and hordes of these zombies, and those are bodies that were supposed to be for her. Those were souls that had gone through their last breath and were supposed to move on. Someone's got to stick around to make sure they meet the inevitable. I guess that's just my job.
I see. Well, I hope that we can get this done quickly and that we'll be okay, but otherwise, I can't wait to meet her.
Won't let them change any of you if I have any say in it. I'll protect your bodies.
Thank you. Now rest up, all of you. Hope
Get
you're
some
doing
sleep.
okay, Moon.
I'm trying.
think I will
Is
close
there anything
his eyes.
else you'd like to do?
I'll wipe the black tears off of his face
Oh, yeah.
and just say a prayer. And then leave him.
Yeah, that works. So, as you step out of the interrogation room, you notice that there's a giant ladder that goes up to the top of one of these cannons, and you notice some of the soldiers coming down from it. It seems like they have gathered the horde and they have put them into the cannon thing for them to be ground up and turned into more ammunition. Is the plan to go to bed, or is there anything else happening? I forgot to. I don't remember that. Okay, cool. Moonlark,
Yes.
since you do have the perceptive reputation, even though you used it during this combat, we're still.
First one. I used the first one, which was just.
Oh, okay, perfect. Even better. So, okay, you have the perceptive reputation. As you're climbing up the stairs or the steps to get to where they've made makeshift. So basically, like they've emptied out an entire barracks just for the four of you. A lot of soldiers are sleeping outside on the floor because they want to give the four of you your privacy and your status thing, whether you ask for it or not. You notice on the edge of the fort, one of the giant towers at the corner, you see what looks like a giant, old, decrepit creature, just staring intently at the four of you. And as it makes eye contact with you, it flaps its wings and it flies away.
Oh, great. I'm
So
debating shooting.
Okay.
I'm debating shooting, but I'm probably not going to.
You can tell that this probably is one of the vultures of the muzzled. Sorry, not the muzzled. The mourner, who was sent here to spy on the activities of the fort and to see what's going on. And most likely, this vulture saw the battle, saw the aftermath, and saw you exiting the interrogation room alone without the visitor who could raise the hand. Now, what that means for you in terms of the future is uncertain, but that's what you see. Yeah. Okay. So night falls, or night's here. You all get to bed. There's a very uneasiness in the air. You can't really place it. It just feels like there's a lot of tension between the soldiers. They are worried. They don't know what to expect. You hear a lot of murmuring at night, people tossing and turning. And you all have a very restless sleep. You do get a full rest, but it's very restless. You have weird dreams. Your dreams kind of bleed into each other, into one another, the dreams of themselves. And all of you, as you're about to wake, you hear the voice of the cannibal saint again. You are not sure if this is still part of a dream or if he's actually speaking to you. But the voice says, you have 16 hours by my count to make a decision. I hope you make the right one, or I will unleash my forces on you. And you all wake up to the sound of guards banging plates and dishes and eating breakfast and the usual stuff.
Oh, keep it down. God, how difficult is it to get a good night's sleep in this place?
Stop your
Then Adam.
whining. Do you know where we are right now?
Oh, look, I know I'm old, but that is just sass.
It's trying to stop an impending apocalypse. Banging dishes. You're gonna get some like not great sleeps out of that one. Now what?
a good question. I guess we got to decide if any of us want to become the Lieutenant General of the Cannibal Saint and his ever victorious army.
Got it.
Oh, we're not. Okay.
Oh, hell no.
Take the lighthearted way you
Uh,
can get it.
As you yell out at the soldiers who being so loud, and this conversation happens, Sir Halston quickly rushes in. Oh, good. Okay, you're awake. That's great. I know it's still morning, but after the events of last night, I really need you to make a decision on what the plan is, what the vibe is. We can only afford to send out one expedition. So depending on what you choose, we will pick one of the other options.
Fair.
Y'all want to go to the creek?
I squint at you on that. Not particularly. Seeing as that's the place that we're supposed to betray each other and meet the old bastard.
You have one chance. You might never get this again.
Think he'll actually turn up there?
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to get into roleplay, but he mentioned that he didn't say that he will be there. He said that you need to turn yourselves into his forces there, and the rest will happen. Yeah, so he's not going to be at the creek. So I mean, if that's what you're deciding that way, just to be clear, like I don't want you to make a decision and then not have it happen that way, because that's not fair. Yeah. So he said, kill the rest of your crew, get to the creek, and then he'll know that you're serious. Not that he will see you there. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all want to take back the creek, though? Or we could talk to the vulture. We could talk to him, the mourner.
There's the mourner, and then there's the what was the other one with the guns? That's
Shooty, shooty,
always
pew, pew, wizard.
shooty pew pew. Yeah, that.
Muzzle, yeah.
That muzzle. Thank you. I was like, I like the names, but I was like, oh my god, I can't remember. The muzzle. Like, did you want to try to go there? Maybe see if there's any guns. Get them on our side.
Saw a vulture last night.
Oh.
They know we're here.
I mean,
Outside.
They do.
do you
How do
feel
we
that
know
we're-
the cannibal saint's not just gonna possess them once we get them on our side and kill them the way he did the 40-year-old child?
Have a little hope. That's all we can have.
Well spoken.
to y'all?
And Ulysses pats down his pockets and finds his little flask of liquor and just takes a big swig.
That's right. Get it all in now. While you
I'll
have a chance.
just
Pass it. It's like-
anyone else?
Go around the circle.
Yeah. Breakfast is served.
Thank you.
I say we find the vulture. They know we're here already. They've probably seen what we've done. Besides, we might be able to get some help on our side.
That is a good point, but we leaving these youngins around here to go to the muzzle. Is that a good idea?
Not the muzzle. Not the muzzle. The mourner.
Mourner. Thank you. See, this is what I mean. The mourner.
You're okay. We need
My
spies on the
request-
inside.
But this cannibal saint, I mean, he can clearly communicate and dominate and all that kind of stuff. I mean, how good's a spy when you got this guy who can just slip into someone's head and start issuing threats?
Maybe when you change sides, you can't do it anymore.
possibility. I mean, for me, put my trust in a big old fancy gun that's gonna blow them away. But I'll follow your lead.
Thank you.
And the
Just
vulture
have-
then.
Vulture it is.
I will say though that diplomacy not really my strong suit, if I'm honest. I'll
No.
probably leave the talking to
Perish the thought.
all
I
of
never
you.
thought that. I never thought that of you.
You bad at talking to people? No, never.
No, I would never put those two things
Oh,
together.
hey! I shared my whiskey with all you this morning.
And that's
No
your
more
own
of this
fault.
sass.
That is your own fault. You knew we were sassy.
Oh, God. Kids today.
I heard you yell at the soldiers this morning for waking you up. And I heard a story about how you stayed awake for 4 days without sleep. You can't even take one restless night.
Look, okay. People like to exaggerate things. It wasn't 4 days. It was.
What was it, 4 hours?
4 hours seems more likely after traveling with you.
It was 3 days. And I was a lot younger then, I'd like to point out. A lot younger.
You still look young to me.
I mean, thank you for the whiskey. But now
Thank
we can
you.
get like a full rested and fully full bellied start to the day.
I'm all for that.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Sir Ralston is still here. He's watching you go back and forth. He has this big expression of like both awe and confusion. It's like, these guys are so cool, but are they the best we've got, kind of thing?
I get it.
Fair.
I get it.
Wow.
He saw us fight, but also like, how does it match?
He's heard us talk.
How does it match?
Like, don't meet your heroes, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. What
Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to send resources to the creek. Not resources, scouts to the creek, and some scouts to look for the giant. In case, because I don't think it's a good idea for us to go after the muzzled, because that dude's scary. Like I've only seen him from a distance, and he looks like, like your deepest fears come to life, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's just the weird mask that he wears. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so you are going to the mourner. That is great. He hands you all a couple of rations. Your horses have been well fed, and he leads you out to the gates of the fort. Thank you so much. You are fantastic. We will man the gates here, do the best we can. And he also gives you a map which points you in the general direction of where the mourner's keep is. They don't know exactly where it is. Like, they've heard tales of the general direction. And so it's basically, it is, if my directions are directioning, it's southwest of where you are. And there's a path that you can follow, but up until a point. After that, it'll have to be more of vibes. Yeah. Figure out where he is. He does give you a final thing. The closer you get, the more vultures you'll see. That's at least what I assume, because I got to a point where there were like about 20, 30 vultures looking over me, and I was running out of food. So I decided to turn back because it was not worth it. But you'll know where if you're going down the right path if you see the vultures. And he just nods and waves as you start to head out. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do before. Okay, perfect.
Where do you keep your armors and whatnot? I wanted to see if you had any sort of covering that we might put on one of ourselves to hide from the vultures. Thinking of scouting ahead.
So they do have a bunch of rudimentary armor, Like it would, not be the best in a fight, but it'll do the job. But your armor is more than well equipped. Like the armor you have is like proper knight armor. So it would be a downgrade to take theirs, really. Unless you want to add on the joints and stuff, if you want to like add something on top of it, which also would not do much, it'll just restrict your movement really. But the knight armor that you all have and the weapons you have are far superior than what these soldiers have on them.
I'm looking for like, I guess something beige perhaps that I can like, because I assume there's going to be vultures flying ahead. So if I could potentially blend in with the sand and go ahead of these three and keep an eye out for them.
Oh, like a drape or like a cloth or something like that. Okay, yeah. Sure, yeah. They have literally take a tablecloth off the tables and hand it to you. This is the best we've got. Does this work? It's the similar color to sand. It's not the same, but
It'll do. In a pinch, it'll do. Thank you.
all right, perfect. Yeah. Also, just as a thing, the vultures don't really attack. If that's what you're worried about, they only feed on the dead. But I understand that you want to do it as a way of them not seeing you. But still, like I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you that they are not hostile. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So you head off, following the path. Angarad, would you like to be up front, hiding under the cloth thing?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Just in case.
You're all
There's
on
an ambush or
on your perfect. Yeah. As you start along the path, you're traveling south here, so you're traveling against. You're traveling. It doesn't. Never mind. I just did my directions wrong again. But you're traveling southwest, which is the sun does set in the west, so like it is technically you're facing the sun. And you travel about, I would say, 4-5 hours before Angarat, since you're up ahead. You see a cloud of dust up ahead of you. It looks like it's about 30-40 minutes away, and depending on how far behind you are, far ahead of you are the rest of them, you also start seeing it slowly. Moonlark, you haven't seen any vultures yet. It seems like the vulture that was sent to spy on you was specifically sent to spy on you. They don't usually venture that way unless they're instructed. Angarad, as you get closer, you notice that this is not just a random dust cloud. This is the result of another horde marching towards where exactly you can't tell. This seems to be also a more regular horde that you've seen before, where it's not really being controlled. It's just wandering aimlessly. So they don't really walk in like a straight line. They're, swaying left, right, but they're together. And there's a lot more of them, about 100, 150, compared to the 50 that were there last time, or like earlier yesterday.
And they don't seem to be particularly aimed towards us, or I just can't tell in any direction.
They just seem to be wandering aimlessly, and if they latch onto a target, they will go after it. But right now, they haven't noticed you yet.
Maybe I'll like circle back to rejoin the group and tell them this. We could just try and not alert them, but if they find us, then we might be fighting on two fronts.
Were they hitting somewhere?
Just wandering. Once they get the scent, they're hard to kick.
We could try to go around. Might take us a little bit out of our way, but
Let's try avoiding them for now. Not getting their attention.
All right. Follow me.
It's
So you could, you have to, you can make a decision here. You can either go around the horde as you suggested, which will add about half a day to your journey, or you can choose to face the horde head on and take them out. The horde is wandering, but and there is no guarantee where it'll go, but it is possible they might show up at the doorstep of the fort eventually. So if you want to mitigate that risk, you can potentially take them out now.
it's the only problem with that is it maybe alerts the cannibal saint to what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can also keep an eye out for vultures to make sure that it doesn't get back. We could get through this unscathed, or at least not alerted, maybe.
Try to be discreet.
Yeah. Let's try.
Discreet. Remind me again what that word means.
Right. Slag starts getting ready with their weapon. But if it is quicker versus adding a half day, precious time that we do need, through the horde then.
Why not? I got nothing better to do today.
That's fair. Let's do this.
Okay, perfect. So, do you want to take them head on? Do you want to wait for them to come to you? What is the vibe we're going for?
Personally, I'd like to try and sneak up on them, catch them
Mhm.
before they find us.
A pincer maneuver, in terms of maybe separating, catching them off guard.
So, I think because of if you're trying to avoid time constraints and they're like 30 minutes away at this point, for you to go around and circle back around, then you come around, we'll take about an hour and a half to avoid being seen and everything. So it might not work exactly that way, but you could do like a full head-on assault. And since you're on you're like in the desert, there are a few elevations like sand dunes and stuff where Sally could set up as a sniper. You could experiment with that option. That could potentially be something. So like some of you go head on, some of you stay back and do like that. That you could do a two-pronged assault that way, similar to what you did at the fort.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is who's going up front? What is the plan?
If I could, my plan is to use my discreet tag to get in close before they notice, so that I can try and like take out a bunch at once before they start assaulting us. If that's okay.
Sure. You know what? We're going to use the cloth as your advantage thing for it. Where it's just a mindless hordes. They don't pay attention to a cloth waving around, and it looks similar to the desert. So potentially that could work. Yeah, that sounds fun. And who's going forward with them, or who's staying behind?
I'll go with them.
Staying behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay with Midnight Sally. As always, I'm there to keep. I know how valuable she is from a sniping position, so my job's just to make sure she can keep firing.
Thank you.
Ulysses, you have a two-pronged, double-edged sword kind of thing. No, not sword, like a lightsaber thing, right? On both sides.
Yeah.
So I was trying to. That doesn't really work in long range.
No, it doesn't. No. He is very much so. His job is literally so he'll act as spotter for Sally, but then if anybody gets in too close where a sniper rifle won't be as effective, my job is then to keep them off of her so that she can keep firing kind of over them. So it's almost like a bodyguard kind of position, almost, but it's to keep Sally as effective as possible.
Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a challenge for Angrad then. You are going up to the horde using your cloth as a cover to take them out. So and Moonlark is following behind you, so you have a companion. And yeah, so let's build your dice pool for your challenge then. Let's go. You're using discreet. That's your reputation. Your equipment in this case for flavor is going to be the cloth. So you have a cloth that is helping you. Are you putting yourself at risk to succeed? I would say you are, most definitely.
I'll take it.
However, you are also doing something that is unusually dangerous. So you also lose a dice for that. So you roll 3d6.
Okay. Okay, I got a 5.
Okay, five works. Yeah, 5 is a mixed success. So you charge in, full weapon out, everything ready, and before the horde even knows what hit it, you have trampled through an entire line of their people with your horse and your weapon out, and there's like they're strewn across the floor. Everything is a mess immediately for them. As you turn around at the edge and come back for the second round, this is when your horse slightly falters on a rock, and you lose slight balance, and you fall into the horde with the horse trampling through the others as it rushes back towards where Moonlark is, basically. Moonlark, you have a challenge now to try to save Angarad
Okay.
from, because he's because you've fallen right into the horde. You have your weapon out. You are still taking them down as many as you can, but they are going to overwhelm you. Like you are capable, but not capable enough to take down 150 or 120 now by yourself. Okay, and okay, Moonlark. Let's build your thing really quick.
Want to start?
Yeah, want to start? Are you using your reputation?
I'm gonna try and use free will if I can argue that here. I'm just
Okay.
Like the plan's thrown out at this point if they've fallen off their horse. So I'm just like, go get them.
Okay, perfect. That works. Oh, give me a sec. My might hear a ringing in the background. Let me just fix that.
I'm also doing head math, and I'm just like, what?
Sorry about that. It's 9 p.m. here. My grandmother usually prays around that time, so there's a bell that goes off in the room next door. Okay. So you have one dice. You have a second one using free world. That is great.
Mm-hmm.
You have your weapon on you.
Yep.
Which is the boom
Common.
cannon. Yep. And you are putting yourself at risk here to get into the situation. And also, the task is also unusually dangerous because you're going right into the undead horde. So,
right.
3d6.
3d6, got it.
Yeah.
5.
Okay, perfect. Also, since one of your friends' teammates is in danger, I feel like everyone should be equally involved. So, Ulysses, you as the spotter, because Sally, she will aim, she will hit, she will shoot, and they will go down. But you as the spotter need to be able to tell her where the wind's coming from, how strong it is, and to not accidentally shoot Angarad in the shoulder or worse, is because the wind wasn't correct. So your challenge, since your friend is also in danger, attempt to give her some guidance,
Okay.
literally and figuratively, so that So let's build your. So you start with 1. Are you using a reputation? Oh, I need to.
No, because I don't think any of them really fit the situation, in all honesty. So, no, not this time.
Okay. And do you have equipment that will help you from this distance? Since I will say, since you are her spotter, you have been her spotter for a while.
Yes.
You do have equipment in the form of a secondary scope or like binoculars that you use because it just makes sense, right? You know how this works. You know what you need to help. So that works. You have a weapon that helps. Are you putting yourself at risk? You are not. Is this task unusually dangerous? Not for you. So I will say no. Like Angrat is in trouble, but it's yeah. Okay, so you roll 2d6.
Okay. Right. 4.
4. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna do this in like a quick fire thing. Moonlark, you rush towards Angrat trying to help. You're shooting down barrels, and basically Comet is your guide right now. Going in blind, pew pew, just taking out as many of these undead as you can. You grab Angrat by the shoulder, and you grab him and you pull him up onto the horse. But while doing so, you tweak your arm, and your left arm is kind of like it's you pull a muscle. So Angrat does get up onto your horse, but your left arm, your non-dominant arm, whichever it is though, that one is slightly tweaked. And in your Ulysses, in your instructions to Sally, she is taking down all of the horde left, right, and center, and you accidentally trip and you knock your binoculars down as you don't. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to change that. Not trip. There is sunlight in your eye that you don't see, which causes you to drop the binoculars.
Yep.
And there's a crack in one of the lenses. Those are the consequences for mixed success. So yeah, Angharad, your horse is running away. Moonlark, you've hurt your shoulder, and Ulysses, your binoculars are cracked. So that's the consequence. But yes, the 4 of you though now manage to take out the rest of the horde with Sally's immaculate sniping. There is I'd like to say like Moonlark and Angharad back to back, taking down as many as you can shoot, and you don't notice this one undead creep up from one of the sides, and you hear a shot ring out, and it collapses right in front of you, and you can't see from that distance, but you are 100% sure that Sally is smoking and being able to get that in, and just pure vibes. You are in sync. You have done this 100 times, and despite being hurt and other things, you take out the sword. There is not much left, and the horde has been taken down. Angharad, you do notice that they managed to damage certain piece of your armor on your hand, and there is a couple of scratches on your arm. But luckily, these undead are not the zombie kind where bites and scratches turn you into undead, so you're okay. But there is a wound on your hand that may or may not cause issues in the future. For your equipment, Ulysses, if you take the knight to remove the lens, put in a spare one that you carry on you, you might be able to fix it, but for the duration of today, might not be might not work in your favor. But yeah, you succeeded in took some losses. Angrad, you managed to retrieve your horse, but you took some losses, not losses, but took some damage. But you're significantly in a decent-ish space. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what I'd do without you, Moonlark. Thank you.
No problem. How you doing? Got a cut on your hand? Keep an eye on it.
It's all right. Nothing but a scratch.
Scratches turn into wounds, and wounds kill.
It's true. You okay there?
Yeah,
See you.
arm went out a little bit. Sorry.
Y'all doing all right over there?
Yeah, thanks to you.
Thanks, Sally.
Always got your backs.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you, Ulysses.
Thank you,
Thank you
Ulysses.
so much for having my back.
Damn.
To make sure. Also, what? I'm so sorry. You always. It's like a second extension of myself. You're helping me with the wind and direction. I'm so sorry. I forget to just throw a thank you out there right directly next to me on a regular basis. I'm so sorry. Just like, what am I?
Shoplifter.
No one's thinking me. You did wonderful. Kind of tight there for a moment, but y'all look like you're doing great. So onward, upward.
I appreciate it.
Still gonna giggle about that for a little bit. Just like
Yeah.
me, hello.
This is perfect. I love it. I love this so much.
I love the dynamics in this group.
It's so good.
Right?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Okay. So you continue traveling in the direction that you were told. It starts to get a little bit darker, and you realize that it's going to take you a while. It's probably going to take you at least the next day to get where you are. So you can choose to rest of the night or push through. Depending on how you feel. If you do push through, it'll be you will have some disadvantages for future rolls because you will be tired and haven't rested well. But you do have equipment, like you've been on the road for a while, so you know how to pitch a tent and rest for the night. So yeah, depending on how you want to do this.
Ulysses will always vote for resting.
Yep. It fits.
I say resting, but like obviously people taking shifts kind of situation where like, hey, well, this is like clutch right now. So like I would say obviously like taking shifts.
Mhm.
Okay, which order do you want to take shifts in?
Can I go first? Just because I just passed his bedtime. He can't get up in the middle of the night to take a shit.
That's true. I'll be
Too
second watch for sure.
I'll go third.
I'll go last.
Okay. You all take shifts. Ulysses, during your shift, you also tinker with your binoculars, get them up to working condition. Also, I forgot to mention this during the previous night. Sally, you would have fixed your scope as well. And for the three of you, shift passes uneventfully. Moonlark, when it comes time for your shift, you're about halfway through your shift when you hear loud flapping again. And on this giant rock, perched about, I would say, about 100 feet away from you, you see the same giant vulture drop down again. It looks at you, makes eye contact, maintains eye contact for a bit, and then it turns its head quickly into a general direction. And it's almost like it's nodding in that direction because it doesn't have arms to point. It's like it's nodding to you in that specific direction. And then it turns back to look at you, and while you maintain eye contact with each other, you hear there's this loud almost howl that you hear from somewhere in the wastes. You can't tell where it's coming from, but it's enough to jolt most all of you awake. It's the sound of the hordes gathering. You can't tell where from, you can't tell which direction, and you can't tell where they're headed. But it's the sound of a giant horde getting ready to attack. And you all feel a shiver run down your spine where you feel like there's an attack imminent. You don't know. It might not happen this week, it might not happen this month, but you can tell that the cannibal set is amassing a huge force.
Someone will have to
As
wake
yeah.
Ulysses up. So he will sleep through it.
Fair.
Smack him on the shoulder. Just like learn how to like get the right amount of like heft and weight. Wake your ass up.
So these war cries that you hear, they are at a fairly large enough distance away, but the vulture seems unfazed by this. The howls die down and they reappear and they come back. And then after looking at you for a good 30-40 seconds, Muhlak, it flaps its wings and starts to fly away again, only to turn around, or like not turn around, but spin around midair, and then just flap in the air, looking at you expectantly, almost as if saying, "Come on now."
I'm waking everybody up and telling them to follow.
That's cute. Looks like you got yourself a new friend.
Let's see if they call us friend when we get there.
Quick question: you still wearing your hat? Do you wear your hat to bed?
No.
You?
I just use it to cover my face.
I love this so much.
Multi-purpose.
Okay, yeah, all right, cool. So you follow this vulture. The horses have been roused. They seem upset that their sleep has been spoiled, but they are also used to it at this point. Anger at your horse huffs at you, and it slightly, with its head, it gently brushes against your shoulder as if trying to apologize for earlier because the horde freaked it out and ran away. But you all set off following the vulture. The vulture, it flies a lot faster than you can go on your horses, even galloping at full speed. So you see every few 100 feet, it stops at a rock, turns around, and looks up almost as if it's sighing, "Oh my God, these mortals," or whatever. And then it starts flying again, only to start. It's like making sure that you keep pace. Yeah, okay. So as you keep following the vulture, you see more vultures start to show up from the sides, from the direction where the vulture is flying. There's about 15, 20 significantly in front of you, all flying towards the same direction, almost like an escort party to taking you to where you need to go. As you get to what looks like a hill, it looks like a steep-ish hill with a giant dead tree on the top of it. It looks like it's like the only sign of life, but not really because it's a dead tree. But it looks sturdy. It's like a big tree, about 10 feet thick, and it just extends up into the sky. The branches have been withered. There's no leaves on it. It looks charred, as if it's been hit by lightning or burnt or something. And as you approach, the vultures, they all literally like soldiers, they get on either side of this incline up to the hill, and they form like a procession party for you to walk through to get up to the top of the hill. As you get to the thing, you notice that there's nobody up here except for just vultures. And the head vulture, the big one that got your attention, Moonlug, it flies up to there's a hole in the tree, which kind of looks like a door almost, but it's carved into like a not exactly an oval, but more like flattened oblong-ish circular shape. So it's like narrow at the bottom and the top, but circular and widening on the sides. And it's enough space for someone to fit through. And it just sits there. And it just sits there and waits for you.
I'm going.
Are the rest of you following, or is it just Moonlark?
I'll follow.
Following.
Keeping my eye on the vultures is just like, you keep away from me. I ain't that dead, you know.
The big vulture looks at you and it coughs, but it's not really a cough. It almost sounds like a laugh, as if it understood what you were saying. And then it turns its head back towards the entrance in the tree.
Let's go.
As you enter the this giant tree, you're met with immediate darkness, which is not a surprise, even though like the sun is slowly starting to rise and it is getting dayish, but it is dark. And you see immediately in front of you is what looks like, for lack of a better term, it looks like a coffin. There is it's a wooden box with religious symbols on it, and it looks like it's been closed. From a dark corner, you hear a voice, not the voice you were expecting. It is a distinctly youngish feminine voice that just speaks from the shadows, really. Welcome to the wake. Welcome to Corpse Hill. Why are you here?
Would you like to join us?
I have seen, or I've heard of the exploits of the Knights of Myths, and you seem to be doing what you think is good. But I have no reason to join you. Cannibal Saint provides us with meat. We don't need you.
And what happens when the saint runs out and takes control of you? What happens when you're not spared?
I am in need of help, as your luck would have it. I'm not worried about the Cannibal Saint because he can't take control of me. I know what you are referring to, and it only works on his minions because they do his dirty work for him, and you can hear the disgust in her voice when she mentions dirty work. I don't like his practice of raising the undead. My father, on the other hand, didn't seem to have any problems with it. And this figure walks up in front of you and holding, and you see there's a bunch of torches around that you didn't notice before that are suddenly lit up. And she takes off her hood, and you can see this thin, sickly woman, early 20s, long black hair, dark eyeshadow under her eyes, and looks like similarly like how you saw the dude. His eyes were like he was weeping, tears, black tears. But this definitely looks just like more like makeup than actual tears. It goes down from the side of her eyes down her cheeks, and then it meets under her chin. It's like it looks ceremonial almost. My name is Juliet. I am the daughter of Ogward, the Great Mourner. My father is dead, and I am to be the next weeper. I cannot take his position till he is put to rest. And she points at the coffin in front of you. But I cannot leave Corpse Hill because I'm bound to this place, just like he was. If you will take him to our family's burial site and make sure that he is buried and turned to ash so that the cannibal saint and his army cannot revive him, I will consider joining forces with the Land of Myth.
I'll take a bow. Well, you've come across the right group. Putting people to rest is kind of my specialty. I'll be sure that he gets a proper burial. But you must help us while we do it. You must have our backs. We don't want to be sent out to the burial ground and have a horde of vultures and zombies waiting for us.
I will do what I can, but unfortunately, I do not have access to my father's full power till he's put to rest. I can communicate with the vultures, but I cannot see through them like he did. Once I have his abilities, once he is put to rest, I will be able to access that ability as well. My vultures went to the burial site about 3 days ago, and there was no sign of an undead horde there. The cremation burial ground it doesn't have any dead bodies there. It's a cremation ground. Anyone who's taken there is turned to dust. So the undead have no reason to be there. That's the help I can provide you.
Well,
But once I've heard tales of you, Angarad. I agree with a lot of what you believe in. I believe in it as well. The dead are sacred. They are not to be desecrated in this way. And the vultures are our way of life. We don't. What my vultures don't feast on the dead as a way to desecrate them. They feed on the dead as a way to continue the cycle of life. We are born from the dirt, we turn into dust, and our bones turn back to dust from where we came. That is what I believe in. What the cannibal saint has been doing, it corrupted my father. It's why he died, because he lost sight of who we were. He tried to learn how to reanimate the dead, and that corruption killed him. So I do not want any part of any of that. So I am on your side if you can do this for me.
I can do it. We will do it. I'm sorry about your father.
So,
Unless anyone here has any objections.
No, absolutely none.
Oh, no. It's all good by me.
Vultures can guide you to the burial spot. It's about a day's travel from here. You should get there by nightfall, if not maybe early morning if you keep going. I don't foresee any issues, but if something does happen, I will try to send a note with one of my vultures because I know you can't communicate. I am very, very grateful for you for helping do this for my father. Once I gain his power, I will be able to leave this place, but till then I cannot because someone has to be here on Corpse Hill to maintain what we have.
Let's do this.
And let's do this.
Okay. For sake of brevity, since we are a little behind on time, you the vultures guide you to the spot. You take the coffin in a cart. You're given a cart by Juliet, the new potential Reaper. Sorry, not Reaper, potential mourner, and you're sent to the directions with the vultures guiding you. About halfway there, you get the big vulture shows up, hands you a note, Moonlark. The note reads, "Beware, Gorman the giant is holding the feast at the burial at the cremation ground."
Of course.
And
I'm sorry. This is like what? Continue. Sorry.
he works with the cannibal saint. He is one of them. And he does what he can to desecrate the dead. That's his vibe. Yeah. So as you approach this burial, sorry, not the cremation area place is like it's off the edge of a cliff, where not exactly like the edge of a cliff, but like there's a cliff face on one side with a path going through it, which leads to the spot. So there's potentially spots up on top there for someone to stay up there to provide support and stuff. And there's also a part that goes straight through where there's, as you start to approach, there's a giant table that's laid out right on top of where the burial, the cremation spot is, which is where the dead are burned. And there's a table right on top of it, blocking that path. It's a wooden makeshift table. There's a bunch of food for the giant anyway on it. And there's another fire which is right next to the table, which makes no sense because like why wouldn't he have just used the fire that was already supposed to be on the cremation pit and just used it there? But they built a second fire because where the food is being cooked, because despite the fact that he's a giant and has no morals, he still likes his food cooked and he doesn't eat it raw. So yeah, like it has to taste good. It can't just taste for him anyway. Sorry. Yeah. So that's the scene that it looks like. There's a bunch of undead, like a lot of undead horde gathered there with him, looking at him as he sits and he prepares for his feast. And there's a couple of mages and everything around there who are also part of this entire feast and all ready to pounce. Basically, he's got the giant wields a giant. He has a giant axe on his back, which is his weapon of choice. And for those of you, which is all of you, who have been in the service for a long time, you recognize that one of the trying to yeah. So he's also got like this section where he's got a bunch of trophies, which includes trophies from his victims. And one of the trophies looks like the armor of a knight of myth, which you recognize as Sir Catherine, who was lost in the fight at Creek. Yeah, so this is the final showdown. Depending on how you want to play this, your goal, it's up to you how you want the goal to play out. You could potentially take out the giant, figure out a way to get him to leave, to properly say goodbye to Ogward, or anything else. It's your play here.
You said there was like a place to hold up that has a really good visual on everything. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's like it's almost like it's built for a sniper.
It's built for sniperness. I would definitely set up, and taking Ulysses' comment to heart, have I ever shot a giant before? No, I have not. And if I am to die here, this is the perfect way to go out. So I would love to do that, set up shop to see if this is going to work, but a straight headshot while being unsuspecting is like the perfect. It's just a sitting duck for me at this moment.
Okay. For purposes of this, since it's a final showdown kind of thing, the giant is wearing a helmet that is built of armor that looks like your bullets would not make a dent in. However, what you can do is use your sniping as a distraction to take out some of the wizards so that the horde gets displaced, which gives room for someone else to take on the giant. One-on-one, maybe.
Okay, I'll do that then. I'll take out as many as I can, and hopefully draw attention to me before everybody else.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking of this is here's one of the ways that you can play it, right? One person goes up to where the giant is, gets his attention, calls for a duel. And that is the showdown. But there's the other people are there helping as distraction. But like it'll have to be one person who does that's how the game is built, right? It has to be like the showdown, the final showdown thing.
I will be helping and I will give it to Moonlark personally, if everyone else feels the same way. So yeah, that's me.
If I die,
So
I'm gonna be so happy because I got a trick up my sleeve.
I love it. We can play this in a way that all of you have something to do, because that's what we decided, that instead of it just being one person rolling. So what we're going to do is, Moonlark, you're going to face the giant head on. Angarad, you are in control of the coffin. It fits your vibe as well. You're the one who's going to take care of the dead remains and also make sure that if any stragglers show up, you take them out so that they don't go after the corpse, because they will be drawn to it. Ulysses, you are providing support to Sally. Sally, you're taking down as many wizards as you can.
Yeah,
that's the vibe.
I would, yes, I agree with it, but I would say like specifically any hordes near the Weeper, specifically, just because like that's the job we came to do. Yes, obviously, let's try to take the giant down. Leave that to Moonlark, but the closer to you, the better, personally.
Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, so the way that I know the players know this, but for the people who are watching, the way that this game ends, like the showdown for Inevitable, is decided in a couple of different ways. Firstly, we calculate we decide on a threat level for this particular ending, which I will give you a number for. From the threat, you subtract your showdown tokens, which you have one. You have one showdown token, and then we decide what costs you are willing to sacrifice, the cost you're willing to give up, and depending on the cost, you're assigned a number for that specific cost. So we'll start with Moonlark because that's the obvious one. Not necessarily, but yes. Moonlark, what are you willing to sacrifice in your combat with the giant?
You already know the answer. It's myself, baby.
Also, I would like to stress that this is just one option. This doesn't have to be how it plays out. As players, it is completely your decision to pick a different way to do this. This was just a suggestion that I gave. I don't want you to feel like this is the only way to do it.
No, we're all good, I think.
Angerhad, what are you willing to give up to protect this coffin and to make sure that you help get it to its resting place yourself?
I mean, not much, to be honest.
No. Nothing really.
I don't want to sacrifice my weapon or my life or the body behind me. So I guess maybe Moon. I mean, can I sacrifice? Like, I'm not gonna make any extra steps to help Moonlark out. I don't know if that counts as like, like if I see an opportunity to leave the corpse behind to kind of help Moonlark out, I won't take it. Just because I respect her his decision to just use their life as everything that they've got. So I won't try and get in the way of that. But I don't know if that will actually do anything mechanically.
Okay, so it won't do anything mechanically, but let's put it this way: if Moonlark fails, the giant will send the horde after all of you to find the rest of you, and you at that moment you will have to make a decision to either escape, leave the body behind, or face the music.
Mm-hmm.
And the music will be severe, right? So if that situation does happen, what are you willing to do then? If Moonlark fails,
To face the music myself.
then that's like self-sacrifice there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sally, what about you? And Ulysses, both of you are in this together.
I'm willing, and I feel like this is synonymous, but like willing to sacrifice her weapon, which is her favorite thing of all time. It's essentially like her life. And if it's gone, then like she's kind of a sitting duck. All she has left to do is either face the music or leave, like run. And I don't think she's gonna run if no one else is. So
Then that's also your life. Then
yeah,
you're not really
essentially.
on.
I know it
Okay.
was a way around, like there was like a very poetic way to say the same thing as everyone else did. But yes, my gun's my life. And if it's gone, then
That
I'm a
works.
sitting duck. Yeah.
And Ulysses.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's all about I will do anything to stop any harm coming to Sally. So he put his body on the line. So if anybody tries to get to her so she can't take her shots or starts firing at her, he will be her shield.
Okay, all right, yeah, that works. So
I expect to have feelings about this game, but go off.
okay, the way that we're going to do this is usually inevitable at the end of it is the final showdown, one person rolls. However, to make this a little more interesting, I'm going to have all four of you roll 1d6 each. Right? But before that, let's talk about the cost. You're all willing to sacrifice your lives for this, make sure that this happens. whether or not that happens is a secondary thing, but like the issue at hand also is if you if you all die, the corpse becomes fodder for the giant. It doesn't get burned, and as a result, the vulture doesn't join. The vultures don't join the city of it. Right. That's a secondary cost to this as well. Now, you all willing to sacrifice that. That gives you a what's it called? A bonus of 20 right there. Total of 20 because 5 each, right?
Mhm.
And since you're all going to be rolling, I would say on a 32, which is you'll have to roll a total of 12. On a 32, you manage to partially succeed.
Mhm.
And on a 40 plus, it's a full success.
Mhm. Oh, we have a showdown token.
Yeah, so including the showdown token as well.
40 plus.
So you need to roll basically, all of you need to roll a combined 20, but at least a 12.
Got you. Here we go.
All right, baby.
Let's go. 6. Okay, that's 8.
I got a big 5.
I got
5,
3.
13, okay. 16, okay. Okay, that's a 36 total. Let's go. All right, okay. So would
Let's go.
would you like to describe how we do this, or would you like me to do it?
I would love to do it
I
for
feel like,
myself.
yeah, go ahead, yeah. It's your
As you
stage, it's your final showdown.
as you see Moonlark walk up to the giant, he yells, "And so death has arrived, and he was beautiful upon the hill. And may you enter into his arms gracefully, without crying, without raging. Come back to your father, come back to your mother, and may no scream come from your mouth." And there's just a very soft click of comet being cocked. "I love you, Guinevere." And he fires, and it hits the giant right between the eyes. And if you look down at Moonlark, you've only ever seen the bottom half of his face, but that part changes. It's not the same mouth, and it's not the same nose. And there's just a smile on their face as she looks up at all of you. And she looks to you, Weeper, and it's a voice you've never heard. None of you have ever heard from Moonlark like this. "Thank you. Let's do what we came here to do."
I'll describe what's going on over here. Um, to you, Ulysses, because you're the only one that can see this at the moment. Um, Similarly, it's like the shadows around Sally start to invade, go up their neck, and consume. It is a state of you've never seen. If you have, you only seen partial. It's just speaking in a tone of multiple voices, and it's rapid fire speaking. That's how much she is firing, to make sure that the Weeper does his job. and it is so fast, and there's no interruptions, and you can't even understand what she's saying anymore. And all you can see is a shadow itself with a hat, as if like, where did Sally go? But all that's left is her shadow, and you see two fine points of white light where her eyes are, and that's it. And you're concerned that something might happen if like the state continues, but at this moment it doesn't matter.
Shit.
Yeah.
After seeing the change in my old friend, a voice I've never heard, I think I start to piece things together very quickly. Um,
You also see that Comet has changed.
how so?
From what Comet was, Comet looked like pale moonlight. And now Comet looks like Event Horizon.
I make a deep cut into my palm and I grasp onto my weapon. And you see, well, you probably can't see because then I, start swinging. But there's a strange glow coming from each segmented bone on this kind of like spine whip. Um, and it is the etchings of all the past weepers who have passed this weapon down. And as I feed this weapon my own blood, do it in case I pass. It will contain a piece of perhaps the last weeper to wield it. And I swing wildly. I think if I'm close enough to the fire, I like go and bring it back so that a bunch of flames and stuff kick up. And it's just a whirlwind of sand and ash and hopefully flailing bodies in my path.
Okay, so as the some of the horde kind of get through and start to converge on our sniper point, you might just see Ulysses kind of pick up his blade and look at the darkened end, the part that's kind of almost midnight black, and just be like, I guess one last time, my brother. I'll see you soon. And just whirls into this kind of spinning, whirling dervish that looks, belies his age, and one end's just, almost like night just slashing into the horde, and the other end's almost like brilliant sunlight, and where the staff kind of almost, whirls into two. It's like a splitting blade of night and dark, just cleaving through as many of the horde as possible, and then just slowly being pushed back, and wounds just appearing on his shoulder, but each step back he's keeping them at bay as the gun just keeps firing behind him.
Okay, that's that is amazing. So Moonlark, you watch as the giant barely even registers your words, gets hit in the face, sinks to its knees, and falls headfirst into its own cooking place thing that it had set up. And it just falls headfirst right into it with a loud clang. Angerad, your weapon picks up the flames, twirling stuff around, taking down as many of the undead as you can. In your actions, your fire weapon now knocks over the table and alights the funeral pyre that was always set up in that location. As Sally is taking down these wizards left, right, and center, and Ulysses is just going ham on any of them who try to fuck with his friend. You're all just like, it's like a spectacle to behold. There's just pure vibes, not even thinking before you, and you don't even need to think about what you're doing. You don't even need to communicate. verbally because of how effortlessly you gel together as a team. While this is happening, you hear a loud screech, and you see 4, 5, 10 vultures swoop down, grab the coffin, and fly it over to the funeral pyre and put it down. Almost as if saying, "We got this. You take care of these things." And you take down this horde, not with ease, not in the best way possible. You do this like your threshold for a full success was a 40. You rolled a 36. So your consequence is Moonlark. Is not Moonlark anymore. They're someone else. They have become something else. The weapon has changed owners, but the connection between the weapon and the wielder stays the same. You stand there breathing heavily as you take in what has just happened, and you can breathe freely for a little bit, knowing that you have succeeded in your current quest, which was in 2 quests actually, surprisingly. One was to help the vulture. 2, you took out the half giant, almost effortlessly, if I might say so myself. And as you get together and just sit down to enjoy what little respite you have from battle, you feel this eerie stillness, like, okay, we're okay for now. But then, and we pull out of these 4 figures sitting next to the funeral pyre, zoom out to the top of about, I would say, 400, 500, 600 feet above them in the sky, and we pan over to a dark, gloomy castle, always in darkness. Zoom back in through the walls. A hooded figure dressed in full black, bunch of gold and chain and armor, munching on something, sighing softly to himself. All right, well, that's a setback, but it's fine. And he stomps his foot on the floor, and you see about 200-300 of these wizard mages walk in, single files, all of them. We have work to do. It is not over yet. The Knights of Myth might have won, but their defeat is inevitable. And loud roaring applause as we zoom out again, and we see the entire castle is surrounded by hordes and hordes of the undead, all cheering and laughing and celebrating, or preparing to celebrate an inevitable victory. As we go back and to the 4 of you, and you feel in the heart of your hearts that it's not over. But hey, today's a win, right? Before we close, if there's anything you'd like to say to each other.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, no, I mean as PCs first, before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Guinevere Moonlark. It appears you've met my lover. He told me much about you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And she shows you the stock on the hand cannon. And holding the little carved rabbit is a face you recognize. I guess that this is where I was for so long.
We will miss him, but it's wonderful to meet you. So, situation might be a bit dire, but we did win.
Thank you.
You understand what we're facing.
Yes. Moonlark always whispered to Comet every night. Everything.
It's
He
good.
never left me in the dark.
You sees just steps away from the rest of the group and stands on where the sniper nest is, and he's kind of looking out and taking a long swig from his flask, and just in his head, he's just like, "I really hope that you can hear this, but not today. Today is ours. You will never have us."
I would say the only thing that you notice about Sally, because this was a state that she was in for a little too long. One of her eyes is all black. It seems like it's covering half of her face. Like she still has her hat up. It's not covering as much as Moonlark had before or Guinevere.
Oh yeah,
But
you can see Guinevere's face.
oh, you can see hers. Okay, cool. So it is. It's like it's bleeding down and it just stops, and there's like wisps of shadow. Uh, but ultimately, still seems like their normal sassy self. Not sure how if this is temporary or permanent.
Grad, anything from you?
Oh, there, right. Um,
The weeper
Oh,
just
right.
stands
so
there.
like,
Hmm.
oh my
He just
Taking it all in.
crying.
yeah, I think I just weep at the pit, taking everything in, understanding the inevitable. But what's more inevitable than death itself? This is nothing new. Um, but I don't weep for the corpse. I weep for Moonlark, the just the pain that must come from everything that they've experienced. And it's not exactly, the way that Ankarad would like things to be of people coming back from the dead, but it's beautiful, so he'll stay silent.
Okay. And that brings us to the end of Inevitable. Thank you so much for playing.
So good.
This was a blast. Before we leave, if everybody would like to talk about themselves, where people can find you, all of that stuff, we can go alphabetically again. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Ambrose. I go by she, they pronouns. Today, I played Midnight Sally, who also goes by she, her pronouns. And it was a blast playing her and playing with these lovely people. I am an award-winning TTRPG performer that specializes in horror-themed things and all things creepy. So please definitely consider me for those things. I love terrifying, even when it's supposed to be a joyous occasion. I love adding just a tiny bit of creep. That's a good thing, maybe a bad thing. Who's to say, really? You can follow me at SS Ambrose everywhere except for Twitter and Instagram, which is SS Ambrose, SS Ambrose _ And I am also the creative director and founder of Othersider Studios. So please check us out as we are ramping up to do some stuff. And that is me. Take it away. CJ this time, because now I know what alphabetical order is supposed to be.
Same.
Thank you, Ambrose. I am CJ. I go by Cloud, Klaoed on all the socials. I am a co-founder of the Hexagon TTRPG. We're a Twitch channel and a YouTube. We do weekly TTRPG sessions between the 6 GMs that head every episode. Right now, I am one of the main GMs of a campaign named Ash and Blood. It's inspired by what I have deemed African Jujuism. So it's like Afrofuturism, but it's more like magical and based in African cultures and the setting itself. So please check that out. Otherwise, I probably will be tweeting about hockey on my personal Twitter. So if that interests you, follow me there. And I just want to say thank you again to everybody here. This has been such a blast.
Oh shit, that's me. Hi, I'm Jellyfishlines, and today I played Moonlark, and I also played Guinevere, Moonlark's lover, and I enjoyed this entire group. You can find me on socials at Jellyfishlines, quite literally, probably everywhere. I snipe out that username every time a new place pops up. And I am a tabletop RPG horror aficionado and also sad boy lover. Please let me play a Blorbo in your games. Thank you. Also, my pronouns are he, him. Have a great day, everybody. I love you all.
That's me then, because I'm the only one left. So, hey everyone, I'm Tal. You can find me under the social media under the Gamers Rest. I write, design TTRPGs, so lots of D&D, Monster of the Week, Caltrop Core, all those cool things. I've got some of my own stuff over on my Ko-fi, which you can check out. And I also have a YouTube channel where I play games incredibly badly. And today I was Ulysses St. Jane, the grumpy but lovable old man. And that's me. And I've had a lot of fun as well. It's been brilliant. Oh, and big up to our Taleslinger. That's the right term. Who made it amazing for us. Really, really fun.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Steve. I was the Taleslinger for today's game. This was my first time DMing outside my own channel, so it was a big deal. I'm really proud of how it played out. I was totally not nervous at all the entire time.
You did amazing!
You did wonderful.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I go by Sassy Pants 1996 on Twitch and YouTube. I've been streaming for about 2-ish plus years now. I also recently launched my own AP studio called Pantsless Tables. Everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube for now. We just stream on my Twitch. It's just easier. But yeah, the vibe for it is we try to shine a spotlight on unrepresented Asian talent in the TTRPG industry, which includes which it also includes streaming at a time that is more viable for us, which is like right now, which is why I picked this time for our game as well, because it would fit with the vibe. Yeah, I think that's basically all about me. Very, very excited to have done this and for a really good cause as well. Thank you all for playing. You were all fantastic. And yeah, I can't wait to run more games.
Have a great day, y'all.
Take care. Bye.
Hey everyone, that was awesome, and I hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you so much to everyone hanging out in chat. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to everyone who is part of this cast in this amazing game, and a special thank you to our Taleslinger for this. This was such an incredible experience, and I appreciate every single one of you so much. We will be back on Tuesday, right? I'm gonna go double check which I should have done before, but I was checking something else because I'm a fool. We will be back Tuesday, March 12th, 9 p.m. EST with Girl by Moonlight. Yes, we've got some great people in that. Please come back and check that out. It's a great game with a great Taleslinger and another great cast. It's going to be phenomenal. For now, we're going to sign off. If you're interested in what we've done, if you're interested in what we're doing, if you want to keep up with that, if you want to talk to us about games, if you want to talk about anything in the nerddom, if you are interested in ever being cast for any of our shows moving forward, we have a Discord. You can go check out the link. It's in our About section. Come join us. You can say hi to all these amazing people and everyone else that we have on at any time, because Discord's just kind of like an easy nexus point for that, right? So That is incredibly. I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot. I do my best. Um, but I'm gonna be sneaky here, but I'm gonna pull it back around. It's not about me right now. Right now, it's about the amazing work that everyone is doing to raise this money in order to support Gaza. And as a quick reminder, if we do manage to hit that $3,000 mark, I'll make sure that little bar is above me moving forward. I don't know why it's not, but I'm sure I forgot something in OBS. But if we can hit that $3,000 mark before the end of the month, we get to work with Project Hope to ensure that there's a doctor on the ground in Gaza, which people desperately need. So let's work towards making that happen. Until next time, remember to eat enough food, drink enough water, do the things you got to do, take care of yourself, love yourself, and always remember to tell your tales. Love you so much. Thank you for everything. See you Tuesday.